Welcome back to Edinburgh Festival live in the Newtown Theatre. Later we will go back to Harry Mary and we'll see what she cooked for us. I mean, you know, the mind is boggling. But before that, I would like to invite a person which is very, very close to my heart at the moment, because he took from me the job which I was having for 10 years. So please welcome Lach, the artistic director of Newtown Theatre.
That doesn't translate well, Tomek. When you say I took the job from you, you meant that I inherited the job.
Let's say that you inherited.
It wasn't gunpoint.
No, I put
a sharpened knife.
Yes, okay. Of course. But I put the gun to my head because I just decided that 26 years is enough in this business. And, Edinburgh is fantastic and Newtown Theatre is very special. So I'm extremely happy that you took it from me and you are going to make it. And you are going to make it.
You're the most polite victim I've ever met. These lights here have combined with a little bit of sweat because it's hot in here, yeah? And the dust in my glasses so that I actually can't see you now. I'm just seeing my own eyeballs reflected right back at me. It's a wonderfully hallucinatory, it's sort of a fringe experience. I'm having a virtual reality experience of watching myself with my glasses. So I'm going to take them off.
Okay.
And I hope my devastating beauty doesn't distract you now from the interview.
Maybe I don't know. Oh, no, I haven't
rough.
seen you. I haven't seen you before, but
without glasses.
Without glasses,
yeah.
so it is devastating.
There you go.
Anyway, the Newtown Theatre is special. Newtown Theatre is big, and Newtown Theatre has got a fantastic program. Could you tell us something about it?
Well, let's see, we've got music, we've got drama, we've got comedy, we've got a magician. So with a magician, we're officially a fringe venue, yeah.
But, magician who is doing just
he's doing magic, sort of mind, he said that, we had a preview where he said he was going to do mind tricks as well as what he called cheesy magic tricks. And he was going to do these mind tricks. I was like, all right, he's probably going to do like memory games or something like that. And then we did the preview. This was just a few nights ago. And then afterwards, it's like 11:30 at night. I'm waiting at the bus stop. His name's Ian Kendall. He's fantastic. And he pulls up in his car and he says, I can give you a lift. And I said, well, I'm going, I tell him where I live. I said, oh, I'm driving by that way. So we're driving and he says, where? It's in the Cumberly Bank area. Where do you live? I give him my address. He pulls up. And we're parked now in front of my place. And he says, so I think my friend Sandy lived in that apartment. I was like, really? He goes, let me tell you what your apartment looks like. You walk in, you go to the right, there's a small room there. That's probably where your son sleeps. He does. Across is the bathroom. It is. Across from there is a big room, like a living room. That's probably what you use as your bedroom. I'm like, yeah. Then you go through the living room, to the right's the kitchen, to the left is a small room which you're probably using as a home office. He nailed my entire, he goes, yeah. And I go, that's real magic.
So this is mind reading,
it's
not
like
magic.
mind reading, yeah. It was
fantastic.
amazing.
So this is one of the show, but
Ian
I know
Kendall, yeah.
that you've got a big American star. I mean, he's American, ladies and gentlemen.
I am not American. I am at the most local I'll admit to is Earthling.
Okay, so alien as well.
No, not alien. I'm of this planet, as far as I know. Unless my lizard king parents lied to me. But thank you, audience of one. Woo, Edinburgh live. Yeah, but no, Tomek, there aren't chalk lines on the planet that say, here's America, here's Canada. It's all artificial. When the aliens do land, they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, we're in Scotland. It's just going to be a landmass. Well, if it's Scotland, they might be, hey, it's cool.
Absolutely.
Fringe is here. I'm here for the fringe.
But let's tell me about the program which you have in this venue.
Oh, so you wanted to talk about Michelle Schacht, right?
Not only. Everything which
it felt like you were leading to Michelle.
As well, absolutely.
Because that's how we met.
Yes.
Yeah. So the reason I'm creative director of the Newtown Theater is all through the power of coincidence, which is part of my, part of the force, if you will. I was on tour with this wonderful artist, Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter Michelle Schacht, and we were on tour in Madrid, in Spain. We were playing Madrid. You came up to me at the merch table. That's merchandise, for those of you who aren't in the bit. Hello, Harry Mary. How are you?
Rather well, thank you.
It's good to see you.
And you,
Yes.
I think.
I can't believe I got
Go back to
distracted by
Madrid.
Harry Mary.
Go back to Madrid.
Back to Madrid. So I'm at the merchandise table, and this fellow comes up to me and says, "Oh, your show! I loved your show." Well, let's admit it. He said, "You're fantastic. I love your show. Have you ever thought about? Have you ever heard of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival?" Now, I've performed at the last 5 or 6 Fringe festivals. So I was like, "Yeah, I know the Fringe Festival." He's like, "Oh, I've got this theater there. I'd love you to come perform at the theater. If you're ever in Edinburgh, let's get together and have a cup of coffee." And I was like, "We could do that next week. I live in Edinburgh." So we got together a week later, and it went from me doing a show here to me helping you co-produce the theater to you moving on to greater glorious things in TV, back into TV
Retirement,
and stuff.
ladies and gentlemen.
Retirement. And now I'm creative director. So one of the first acts we brought in was Michelle, who I was on tour with. And she performed last night. Tomek, you should have been here. I tweeted afterwards, I've been to 6 years of Fringe, and last night was one of the best performances I've ever seen. She kept it very intimate. She brought the audience onto this stage instead of out there, and it was just fantastic. So she's going to be here every night. We've also got the Chinese companies coming in for the celebration of 400 years of Shakespeare and 400 years of a Chinese playwright whose name, unfortunately, I can't pronounce. But that's fantastic. Some fantastic dramas, such as Bubble Revolution, which is drama comedy.
And this is Polish.
Yeah, it's Polish. It's in English, but it's about a girl growing up in post-communist Russia, Poland, I'm sorry. We've got Jailmates, which is a fantastic comedy, which unprecedentedly has been commissioned by BBC Radio Scotland and BBC Radio 4, both. Starring Julia Sutherland and the comic Gary Little. We have Elephant Girls, which just came from the Winnipeg Fringe Festival and won Best of Festival there and is now here. And that's a one-woman show about an all-woman gangsters in the 1930s. Are we going to Mary now?
Yes, we are going to go to Harry Mary
Or are we
because
testing my
something
eyesight?
is cooking.
Okay.
So she's doing some spam something. But anyway, we'll come back to this program, and I hope as well that we are going to interview all the acts who are here, and I really hope that you are going to interview your acts, and I retire.
Ah, okay.
So, Mary, could you take it over and cook us something?
Absolutely, yes. Well, in part 1, we were preparing the base for our spam and custard flan. So now we're going to add the filling. This is the most exciting bit, really. Now, spam is a very versatile material, I suppose you could describe it. I'm not quite sure what's in it, but it does fit in the handbag, and you can pop it open and just eat it with your fingers. Quite delicious. So, Thingy, whatever your name is, if you could perhaps pass me the spam. We'll get that in first, and then if you want to grab the tin opener there, you can open the custard for us, okay? This is quite a crucial stage. This is very simple. For those of you that have not attempted something like this before, there's a little ring pull there. You just pull that open like that, you see? Now, the base that we put in the fridge for 3 days, of course we can't do that because it's out of 3 days. We've got one we prepared earlier here. So we just start spreading the spam into the base of the flan. Like this, you see, just rub it all around like that, you see, just get a good handful, a good thick handful of spam like that, you see. It does take a while to kind of work it up into the right sort of consistency, but once you get it, it's absolutely fine. And then if Thingy would hurry up with the custard. What is it you do for a living, Thingy?
I don't cook that well, that is for
No, I didn't ask that. I asked what you did for a living. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I sell frozen desserts and all that kind of gloriousness.
That's not very interesting, is it? Yeah. Anyway, that's why you dress so cheaply, I suppose. Now, if you could add the the custard on there. Just pour it in, but it doesn't matter. Some prefer to make their own custard. I find it's much easier just to buy it like this. It does save a little bit of time. Then we just want to spread that over and layer it in beautifully like that. Excellent. Fantastic. Now, you need to pop this in the microwave for about 20 minutes or so, and once it pings, it'll be nice and crispy, and it's just a wonderful snack to have just to hand if somebody pops round unexpectedly, you know, and then if someone you don't like, it'll probably stop them popping round again. Yes. Now, if you could pick up that shaker there, this is one of the final finishing touches here before we pop it in the microwave. It's just some chocolate there. We'll spread that on top. Absolutely delicious. Look at that, yes. So, as I say, into the microwave for 20 minutes, and then 20 minutes later, obviously we don't have 20 minutes at the moment, so here's one we prepared earlier. Nobody took it out of the package. I thought the floor manager was going to do that. Here is one that we did prepare earlier on. Now you can see the chocolate's all brought up beautifully there. Thank you, thingy. And the final thing you need to do is just pop your cherry on the top. Tomic.
Oh, this is unusual, I can say. Now we are finishing this part, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Thank you.